Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would do 4 Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs. The first is a DIY Dollar Tree Peppermint Wreath. I'm going to work on this bicycle wheel wreath from Dollar Tree. We're going to start off this project with this one. So I'm going to, as always, remove it completely from the spool. So what I did was I took my ruler, and because it's 9 feet, I want 3 feet. I wrapped it around. So, and then I'm going to repeat that for the remaining ribbon. Okay, here are my 3 strands out of the one spool, and I'm going to go ahead and find the center of all 3 of these, then fold them in half again lengthwise. And here are my 3 ribbons folded in half both ways. There's my center. I'm going to just start here. Okay, wrap it around. Get it as taut as you can because we want to make sure we have more than enough ribbon. And then doing sort of a braid. Off camera, I'm gonna do every other section. And here are all the red ribbons attached. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna go just because I don't know if I went right over left. And then I'm just gonna trim off some excess. Then I'm gonna do the other sections off camera, and then we're gonna wrap this up on camera. And here is the white part. Stuff is probably gonna, because I cut it, it's probably gonna fall onto the red and kind of shed for a little while until it sheds plenty. So we're just going to move all the red flaps to be on top. Okay, we don't want to make this tight because we want to make sure that we could get everything attached and tightened down first. Once everything's wrapped around, then we can tighten everything all around. But anyway, let's start with the red. And we're going to start with the one that's overlapped. We're going to go around the 2 bars. And then through the back end. And then from the one underneath, we're going to go around and through the loop, so making like a knot. Okay, I'm going to do the rest off camera. Okay, and then we're going to pull it all taut. Yeah, I do recommend only cutting it in half. Do not do thirds. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hot glue pieces to the back, and I'll come back when that's done. So here we have the finished piece base for my peppermint wreath. You can see I have the gaps, as I mentioned earlier, and I noticed the back side was super pretty, so I'm going to just flip it over. And look at this. You can actually see the metallic red all throughout, and it's got that weaving look that you can see more clearly on camera than this side. You can still see it on this side, but the white covers up a lot of that red, and I actually really like this look better. But of course, if you're making this and you decide you want to use this side as the front, feel free to go ahead and do so. I'm going to go ahead and use this as the front, even though initially it was the back. I picked up these king poinsettias in white. Then I also picked up these velvet poinsettias, and they are almost exactly the same shade, if not exactly. It's very, very close, maybe slightly, ever so slightly deeper in color. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this in the center. And here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Next is a Dollar Tree DIY candy cane wreath. I decided to test out the idea of combining these two. I think that would look really pretty. And I'm probably going to do 2 variations, with one to match my peppermint wreath as well, but I'm only going to show one on camera, and then at the end I'll show both different designs. So, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the plastic off these, and the ribbon off the spool as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and remove plastic off this one and completely take it off the spool too. Okay, next. Okay, so these don't actually stay folded anyways, so what I'm going to do is, or at least I'd have to really iron it down, but what I'm going to do is I really want a straight edge for at least one of these two, so it's going to cause me to lose a little bit of the material, and that's okay. And I think it might be wise that when we do the next set that we go ahead and fold down the red one. I'm gonna add glue along the outside like that, and then we're gonna have to let that cool so that we know for sure it is connected. And I'm gonna start by turning this around, and we're going to start wrapping along here. I'm only going to use one wreath form for this project. Okay, so the goal is to have the fold as sort of like facing you, and then same with the other side. And I always like to do right over left. The very first round might not look as good as we go along, but I will do my best to adjust where I see fit to make it look as nice as I can. So, like so, and then... When wrapping this ribbon around the bars, I always like to make sure from going right over left that both of the ribbons go under and around the very outside bars. I hope that makes sense. So as I was editing my work, I realized I made some errors in how I was wrapping this. I wasn't consistent with going under the outer edge bars and then around after the fact, if that makes sense. So I took it all off and redid it completely. It is now correct, and I even tightened it so that it didn't look loose, or at least I tried to. And I think it looks even better, which was already beautiful anyways, but... So it's under, around, this is under and over, it's going to go under and around. I want this to go down this way. You can do the red one first, like that. I'm just going to simply, just going to cut like so, and then I could just fold it like this. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then just, yeah, so I'm going to cut this off. This might be a bit of trial and error when you're trying to, so I have this much excess. This might be a bit of trial and error as you try to finalize the piece. So the front looks great. So, and here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And here's one I made to match my DIY peppermint wreath. And next we have a DIY Dollar Tree Winter Wonderland wreath. So for today's DIY video, I decided to try to do a DIY Dollar Tree Winter Wonderland wreath. I really wanted a wreath that could last throughout the entirety of winter. So I decided to run to Dollar Tree and grab this wreath base. This one is an 18-inch one, and then I grabbed the colors that appealed to me, particularly this year anyways. And so
I saw these what looked like cool gray Deco mesh things. I got 2 rolls of those, and then a roll of tulle and a roll of ribbon with sparkling snowflakes. And honestly, that ribbon really reminded me a lot of tulle, even though I knew it technically wasn't. So if you've seen my Halloween wreath, DIY wreath video from Dollar Tree, I actually followed the same concept ideas. And I started just creating the lengths that I wanted to create my sort of like, I'm going to call them sort of like bows that I would then twist on the pipe cleaners to the wreath form or to the Deco mesh or ribbon that I was going to tie on there anyways. I did my best to try to disperse things as evenly as possible, but as unfortunately for my luck and the, I guess, lack of ribbon and or Deco mesh that I picked up initially, it felt like the resulting wreath felt kind of sparse. However, I already had plans to add florals from Dollar Tree to add to the look. I also picked up some rolls of the white Deco mesh, and the plan is to take them, cut them up, and then take pipe cleaners to attach them to the outside edge, kind of giving a hint of some white. And I know on screen too that the other Deco mesh kind of comes off looking silver, but I really am just attracted to this color. As I was trying to attach the white Deco mesh, I also tried to push them all in one direction so that it kind of doubles up the appearance of the hint of the white snowflakey looking type of Deco mesh. So here, now that the Deco mesh and the tulle and the ribbon are all attached, I go ahead and take my white floral stems from the Dollar Tree, pull them off, and just start placing them where I think it looks good, and then once I'm satisfied, I go ahead and hot glue them on. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Once those were already attached, I suddenly realized I never added this Dollar Tree tubing, and so I cut it down to size and made clusters of them. And then I realized I still had this tulle that looked sparkly, like snow, like little dots of snow, and I cut that up and put that into the areas I felt were sparse. And here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And finally, we have a DIY Dollar Tree Winter Wonderland centerpiece. So in today's video, I thought I would show you how I made this DIY Dollar Tree Winter Wonderland centerpiece. This video is initially inspired by my DIY Dollar Tree meets Temu Winter Wonderland wreath. It is also inspired by my DIY Dollar Tree Halloween wreath and centerpiece, so I thought I would do one for Christmas. So I picked up this green floral foam from the Dollar Tree, and I grabbed these white floral picks from the Dollar Tree as well. And I also got these beautiful sparkling blue floral pieces from Temu. They came 12 in a pack, so I had more than enough to cover this entire thing. So I decided to just kind of play around with it and see what kind of arrangement I would like, and decided on a similar pattern to the one I made for Halloween. So I just decided to alternate the white with the blue, and the very top, because the blue is so pretty, I decided to try to combine all of them into one big floral stem to be at the top. And once I liked my arrangement, I just decided to hot glue it all down. You'll notice that I pulled apart the pieces for the white floral stems from Temu. It's because that they were so large that it felt like it wouldn't fit this green floral foam. So those extra pieces I decided to put back into this DIY Dollar Tree photo frame box I created as a centerpiece. Also, I don't know about how everyone else might do their own floral arrangements with these floral foam pieces, but I absolutely do not like the texture feeling, and I feel like it gets crummy when you're touching it with your skin. It's almost like it just kind of falls apart in a sense, like not totally, but it just kind of, I don't know, I've just never been a fan of it. So I decided to keep the plastic on and then go ahead and hot glue my floral stems into place. I'll try to remember to include the link from Temu for these floral stems. They have other colors. The red one is also really gorgeous if you prefer red for your floral arrangements. So like in my Halloween DIY centerpiece, I actually added those fairy lights surrounding it, and with this one I really didn't feel like it needed it, so I opted against it, but you certainly can also add them around your floral arrangement before setting it inside of the clear case for your centerpiece. Let me know which of these 4 DIYs is your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.